Hello everybody, this is Mateo, and I'm on a boat! And however the rest of that song goes, does anybody actually know that song other than that line, really? I mean, I personally don't, but whatever. It's also been a while since anybody's ever talked about that song, so whatever. But alas, now I'm off a boat! And as you might notice, all of us are suddenly sweating. Well, that's because, just like in the dusty dune desert place, whatever it's called, back by Forside, this place is also desert, so if you're in the darker yellow parts, you could possibly get sunstroke. So yeah, there we go. For whatever reason, the hotel here costs $400 whopping dollars, but it's still, like, nothing to me, if I could actually use the ATM properly. It's the ATM machine, the automatic something machine. I wasn't really paying attention to it there, I was scrolling the text too fast. But I just think it's funny when somebody says, like, ATM machine, because the M stands for machine. So it's the machine, it's twice the machine, and whatnot. And apparently this guy was holding very dangerous weapons while he was in my room. The guy warned us against rattlesnakes or scorpions or something like that, but he didn't warn us about this guy carrying, like, explosives and whatnot. Also, I'm buying a ton of big bottle rockets. I do not remember using all of these big bottle rockets. Honestly, I feel like they were just kind of there and I completely forgot about them, maybe. I mean, so far I've been okay with using them, but I haven't used them nearly as much as what I did before, in my first playthrough. But alas, we have big bottle rockets. You want to keep those for Jeff for boss battles. That way you can actually do something useful, which is something more than 5 points of damage. Seriously. Okay, so yeah, usual saving, whatnot, and another call? Oh, Escargot Express. I apparently need to manage my inventory, because I have key items that I don't want anymore, or something along those lines. Now, for most of the town you will be safe from sunstroke, but you won't be safe from the guy who takes pictures of people. Okay, so he's gonna take a picture for us, but the town is mostly okay, aside from some patches here or there, mainly just like on the outskirts or whatever. But you should be fine, and again, if you get sunstroke, it really doesn't do that much, it's not that bad. And you can just cure it with a healing alpha, so it really is not dangerous in the slightest, it's just more of a minor annoyance. And good, they accept dollars here. Oh, and Escargot Express comes along. Okay, well then. What exactly was I going to give this guy as my throat goes out? Excuse me. Oh yeah, I think I was going to give him some of the junk that I had that I was never going to use, like the broken iron, and keep the broken bazooka. We don't need the pencil eraser anymore. And the broken pipe. Just a whole bunch of broken stuff, except for the pencil eraser, but alas. So there we go. For whatever reason, Jeff just doesn't want to get rid of his junk, so we have to give it to him. That way he knows it's safe or whatever. So yeah, there you go. Now we have some free inventory space, free from the broken items that I would never use. Of course, you could also give them to Jeff and have him fix it, and then sell it or whatever, although I don't know if they'd, buy it either. Oh well. And that guy lost the key. Oh well. I'm sure that we'll find it eventually. And what was that about a dungeon maker becoming a dungeon man? Weird. Maybe we'll look into that later. And there's a caterpillar. Yeah, this is a rather rare enemy that will run away from you no matter what. It's incredibly difficult to actually get into a battle with it to see its actual battle sprite. However, if you did look on a sprite resource website like the Spriters Resource, they might have it. So if you're really that curious, you can go ahead and look at what they look like that way. I also know that Empolo18 in his Let's Play of this game, he actually got into a battle with the caterpillar without killing it automatically like I did. And so he showed it off there. I forget what part it is though, but man, it's there nonetheless if you are really that curious. Just either or. But they give a ton of experience. They're really just an easy battle to get a ton of experience in. A battle that you hardly ever have to participate in. Like, you have to really be trying to actually get into the actual battle. because they run away from you, so you have to like corner them in such a way that they're facing you. or go around them or something so that they still can't move. And then you get the regular screen rather than the green screen. Also, here we have the Great Crested Bukas. I have no idea what they do, but as usual, just physical attacks and freezes as necessary. So, really not difficult at all. This round should do him in right there, actually. If Ness didn't miss, we would have been done a turn ago, and he wouldn't have taken damage. Oh well, looks like he just wanted to get beat up by the Great Crested Buka a little bit. And here we have a little, thingy here. Puzzle of some sort. So if you remember that hieroglyph copy, they actually show you the solution, but I'm just going to do it right here. And you just basically want to make a star, almost. And you just need to know which one that you need to start with, and then you can go from there. And this is one of those instances in the speedrun that I was talking about. He tried to, like, use the teleport spell to speed right past this picture-taking thing. I think he might have messed that one up though, but still you can use teleport to speed past places where you take the picture. But here we are starting a rather difficult dungeon, and if you are stuck on that puzzle, you could check your hieroglyph copy in order to see where you need to start and how you need to go. Okay, so here we have the Fierce Shattered Man. He does a ton of physical damage, but other than that, nothing really special about him. He does have quite a bit of HP, and if he does solidify, that's pretty good. He is pretty weak to ice, it does seem to be. So there you go, just freeze Beta from Paula, maybe even just freeze Alpha from Pooh, and then bashes from both Ness and Jeff. That is, probably, well, I don't know, all the enemies. Just because there are so many enemies in this place is what makes it difficult, I guess. There's a neat looking hieroglyph over there, but still, just like the amount of enemies, it's just ridiculous. Okay, and here we have a bug of some sort. I think, yeah, the arachnid! Arachnid! Yeah, pretty much. I think that I feel as though they might be weak to fire, and since they're both in a row like that, I'm just going to, hit them both with that, and do damage to both of them. Are they weak to it? No, well, did a ton of damage nonetheless. So there you go. I like how it says arachnid, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, B, exclamation mark. So many exclamation marks. Okay, well there you go, some experience. They really aren't that bad, and I think that was the only time I even ran into them in this place. They don't show up that much. Now what do show up a lot are these guys. And these guys just are annoying, because they show up a lot. So as usual, freeze, alpha, beta, whatever you feel is necessary. And that's pretty much it. I don't really remember what these guys do, despite the fact that I ran into so freaking many of them. It's just that after a while, oh, that's dangerous. Maybe that was it. Yeah, Thunder hit one party member for a ton of damage. You really want to make sure that you have the Franklin badge on Paula, maybe Jeff, but I would really suggest Paula. She's a lot more useful, to be quite honest. But still. And also that counts as a treasure chest. Oh boy, we got a Viper. Totally not dangerous at all. You know, just get rid of that before it bites you or something, Ness. We don't want you to be poisoned. And we got a snake as well. Oh man, we are Snake Man. Well, there we go. We just released 2 more poisonous animals into the world, and they didn't bite us. Fantastic. Okay, well, you could actually use those to, give poison to your enemies, and the Viper is more likely to work than the snake is. But again, I never use those items, and poison really doesn't help that much. So yeah, just gonna leave them be. Okay, here we have the Lethal Asp Guardian, or Hieroglyph. The Lethal Asp Hieroglyph. I have to be careful pronouncing that. But they just do stuff. And again, it's not really like the enemies in here are that dangerous. It's just that there are so many of them, and they whittle down both your PP and your HP. And once you run out of PP, you're pretty screwed. I mean, you lose access to life ups. Paula all of a sudden becomes useless. Pooh is mostly useless. Jeff's nose is running. We fix that though. So it just overall becomes a very big problem. So you probably don't want to fight all these fights like I am. You want to try to dodge as many of them as you can. That would probably really help, and looking back on it, I probably should have done that. But I didn't, because I wanted experience. But if you dodge most of the fights, which I'm pretty sure you'd be able to pretty easily, just go from there and you should be fine. Now, I have never checked what is up on the left passageway. Like, we came out of the left bottom one, but then there's the one at the top. I have no idea what's there, and I've always wondered why, but I didn't feel like checking. I feel like it's some equipment or something, but it's nothing that Pooh needs, so I'm not that concerned about it. I would still like to know if anybody happens to know what's in that pathway. Let me know. But we do have to go down here, however, and get a speed capsule and a cup of life noodles. That's very good. And I will give the speed capsule to just about anybody could use it. We're gonna give it to Ness. So he is slightly faster. Yay! I think that's the only thing that speed does. It determines the order of, like, who attacks when in battle or something like that. I think that's the only thing it does, though. I mean, we don't have, like, an ATB gauge in these battles where speed would take an effect in that, so other than just who attacks when in the battle, I can't think of anything. So it'd be good to give that to Ness or Paula, one of the two. And apparently this coffin is a boss, the Guardian General. Now, if you're running low on PP, like I kind of am, especially on Pooh, but not so much on Paula. In fact, Paula's pretty good, actually. This guy can be really tough. If you do have a whole bunch of PP left, though, go ahead and use Freeze Gamma. It does a surprising... It, like, requires a surprisingly low amount of PP for how much damage it does. I mean, 18 might seem like a lot, it adds up, but it is really effective for how much it takes. And yeah, we don't have enough PP, so I think I just had him attack. Now, I think right here... Oh, well... yeah, I didn't use a bottle rocket with Jeff. If I did, I could have beaten this guy in one turn. Instead, Jeff only did like 2 damage with his shot. And we get PSI Freeze Omega. I am super excited about that. Finally, we can do all the stuff. And then, as though that boss weren't enough, we are now going to get ambushed. And I think that's a new enemy. Yeah, that is a new enemy. It's a recolor of the boss that we just fought. For a second I was questioning whether it was or not, because I was thinking of the Fierce Shattered Man, but alas, they are different. I'm saying alas a lot. Oh well. Still, what do we do? This guy is pretty dangerous. So I'm trying to figure out exactly what to do here. He's not as... I think he's less powerful than the Guardian General, but he is still pretty tough, with a lot of physical stuff. But I'm pretty sure you can also only find him in, like, the deeper part of this dungeon, like just this floor right here. But still, he is really tough, so hit him with all you got. And the fact that he is coming with a lethal Asp Guardian as well does not help. So, yeah, he did a ton of damage. Ness's HP is just rolling down, and also keep in mind that that's on Ness, the one that has the most defense in the entire group, or at least really close. I mean, that is quite a bit. It could really add up if you're letting this guy live. Luckily, Pooh got a smash attack, and we are done here. Okay, so, and Pooh levels up for that. He deserved that after smashing that guy. Now, here we have a weird-looking tile, and yeah, Ness just accidentally stepped on it, and we heard the weird doo-doo-doo-doo sound effect. That means we did something, yay! Okay, so what did we get? We got a rain pendant. That is a very good piece of equipment. I think that guards mostly against fire attacks, and freeze attacks as well. It isn't as effective as the flame pendant that only does, like... It makes flame attacks do like 10 or less damage, but it still lowers how much damage fire attacks do. And then also it gives the addition of freeze, so you're strong against 2 elements somewhat rather than 1 a whole lot, slightly more. Not a whole lot. I think that really it would make fire attacks do only like 30, so it's 3 times as powerful, but you're also guarded. Overall, I think the rain pendant is better. At least I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I really don't get hit by that much PSI powers, especially freeze and fire. It seems like not very many enemies have magic or PSI in this game. It's mostly just us. Now, what makes this cave incredibly tough is the fact that you have to climb back up to this point, fighting all the battles on the way pretty much, because the corridors are so short, and also we are dying. Jeff has already kicked the bucket, and somebody is poisoned or something. Let's just hurry up and take the Hawkeye, the thing that we came for, and leave. Now, it is quicker to go from the switch up there, fall through the hole, grab the Hawkeye, leave. But you could also use an exit mouse that you got from earlier, heal up, and then climb through the dungeon again to get to that sarcophagus that opened up. Either way, the first one is quicker, but then the second one would probably be easier because you have all of your HP and PP back. But at this point, now that you got the Hawkeye, if you fall in the dungeon, you die, whatever, it doesn't matter at this point. As long as you weren't carrying a huge sum of money. And I'm pretty sure I just missed an item back there, but I really don't care. I just want to get out of here alive now, even though it really doesn't matter. And look at me trying to dodge the enemies and having it really not work out. See, so many guys! Just all attacking at once. That was a clean cut, me. Good job, me. You did fantastic on that one. Whatever. Okay, but there we go. We have gotten the Hawkeye. Jeff is still dead, and everybody else is kind of dying. Look at that. I have no PP left whatsoever. Well, Ness has 1, but what could you do with 1 PP? And, oh hey, it's, Pooh's trainer guy, and he healed us. Where were you earlier? Good thing he did heal us, because what if Pooh were one of the ghosts? That would have been bad. Okay, well he's gonna go learn the Star Storm, so as quickly as we got him, he is now going to leave. Well, we'll see you around, Pooh, maybe later on. However, and maybe, later on, I will see you guys. See you all then, maybe